Hey guys, a quick video on the tuning boxes and settings, like why you care about them and why you shouldn't. Now, if you've seen any of the other videos that we've done, you'll know that we always bang on about how essential it is to have a tuning box that has got adjustable, how important it is to have an adjustable tuning box, i.e. settings so you can increase the power. It's not so you change the settings of the tuning box according to the mood that you're in. It's absolutely not about that. It's not about being able to change the settings day to day, hour to hour. It's not about that at all. The only reason that we recommend having a tuning box that's adjustable is so you can optimize the chip, optimize the tuning box for your car. It's not so that you can make it more eco or more sport or have a race setting. It's got nothing whatsoever to do with that. It's all about being able to optimize the chip for your specific vehicle. Basically, the older the engine is, the more it's used, the more it adapts to your driving habits, your driving behavior, where you drive, the fuel that you're using, in addition to the different wear that there may or may not be on the car, in addition to the differences that there may be between the cars when they come from the factory. So, just to summarize, the only reason we say it's good to have a tuning box of settings is so that you can find the optimum setting for your car, i.e. find the highest setting that can work for your car. So, for example, you have a BMW 320d. It's possible that some people, they can only run, say if we look at the Raceship GTS as an example, you can only run the car with, one person might only be able to run the car with the settings from the factory, i.e. setting 5, but another person may be able to use a setting 6 or maybe even a setting 7 on the car. Again, it all comes down to the fuel quality and the way that the ECU is adapted to the driver. It's not necessarily that all cars are going to be able to use the 5, and this is why we say it's good to have an adjustable tuning box. So you can ensure, if you like, that you're getting the maximum available from your engine. And that is the only reason that we say to have an adjustable tuning box. Again, it is not so you can adjust the character of the car depending on the move that you're in. But this is why we say it's important to have the settings. It's mainly so you can find the optimum setting for your car, and then you're more than likely just going to be able to leave that setting as it is forever. It is not something that a tuning box is not something that you're going to be constantly opening the hood and changing the settings. You're probably not going to do that, and there's actually no reason to do that. Once you find the setting that gives you the most power from your engine, i.e. you find the highest setting that you can run, then there's no reason to change it after that. Maybe if this is extreme weather, it gets extreme cold, maybe you need to reduce the settings slightly, but generally speaking, you're not going to be changing the settings. So for example, some tuning box manufacturers will say they'll have an eco, a sport, and a race setting on the car, on the chip. But this is not technically correct. I mean, let me just show you the argument. This is taken from the Raceship website. This is how they explain how you can get better fuel economy with the tuning box. You can read it for yourself. I'll put a link to this page in the video description. But basically, it all comes down to the fact that because the car is making more power, because the engine is making more torque, you can change gear earlier. So over a trip, you're potentially going to be using less revs, and if you're using less revs, that's less opportunity for the engine to inject fuel into the engine. So less revs equals less fuel equals improved fuel economy. And the only way the tuning box can do this, again, using the Raceship website here, is because the engine is making more torque. So the more torque that the engine makes, the earlier you can change gear. So the earlier you can change gear, the better the fuel economy. So the race mode should also be the eco mode, i.e. the race mode will be the mode that's making the most power, and this is what's going to allow you to change gear earlier, which is going to save you fuel. So it's, if you like, you can say it's a little bit gimmicky. The eco mode is not really an eco mode. The eco mode is going to be the race mode for the reasons I just explained, and the sport mode is the sport mode. In reality, like I said at the start of this video, the adjustments on the tuning box is not so you can adjust the tuning boxes up and down whenever you want. It's just about being able to fine-tune the tuning box to give you the maximum power from your engine. Once you found that setting, you're going to leave it. There's no reason to change it after. And that's it, guys. This is why we say about settings being very important on the tuning box. It's got nothing to do with economy or being able to change the settings on the car for economy, and it's got everything to do with being able to fine-tune the box to get the most power from the engine. In the reality is, you're not going to be using the eco modes or whatever they want to call it, the tuning box manufacturers, or the sport modes. The reality is, you're going to be using, you just want the tuning box to get the engine to make the most power, and that's it, and then you're going to leave it. There are other products, if you want to customize the engine to be more economical, or to change the character of the car, then you need a different product, and that will be something that adjusts the responsiveness of the accelerator pedal. And now this is quite something. This is that type of product. Again, using the Raceship website, they have a product which does this. It's called the XLR, and this adjusts throttle response. Now this controller is what you would use to change the behavior of the car depending on the mood that you're in, maybe depending on the weather. So if it's slippery conditions, you don't want such a sensitive throttle, you want more stability, especially if it's snow or something. You want to be, very gradual increases in the torque onto the wheels. Then you're going to use the XLR. The XLR is something that you'd want to adjust all the time, potentially, depending on the mood, depending on the weather conditions. With the tuning box, it's something completely different. The tuning box, the only reason we say it's adjustable is just so you can find the optimum setting for your specific engine. And then once you found that, there's no reason to change it after. I know I keep repeating myself, but I think it's a very important point I want to make here. This is why it's important to have settings on the tuning box. It's just to get the optimum, the maximum amount of power that you can with the car's original software. It is not to customize the car according to your driving, according to your mood or according to the weather. That will be a pedal tuning box. Two different products. So it is important for a tuning box to be adjustable, but it's not important. But we don't say that so you can adjust the tuning box according to the mood you're in. It's simply to get the optimum settings. If you want to change the character of the car according to the mood that you're in, then you need the XLR. And this is why, again, I'll use Raceship as an example. So this is why it's good to get both products. You get the tuning box to get the maximum power from the engine, and then you have the XLR to get to customize the car according to your mood and the weather conditions. Two separate things. So please, I know I make a big deal about a tuning box, is how important it is when you're looking for a tuning box to get one that's adjustable, and that is simply so you can optimize the tuning box for your engine and the fuel that you're using. That's it, no other reason. It's not so you can adjust the tuning box all the time. There's no reason to do that, honestly. So that's it, guys. That's the video. Basically, I just wanted to absolutely clarify that, why we always say that if you're going to choose a tuning box, make sure you get one that's adjustable. As always, if you like the video, please vote on it, subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you again next time.